Centuries ago, this part of Ireland was ruled by Gaelic chieftains, the O'Neills. Ireland was under English rule, and under this rule, Hugh O'Neill became the Earl of Tyrone and was granted large territories in Ulster. In 1607, these Earls of Ulster left Ireland to try and raise support in Europe for a rebellion against English rule. Their lands were seized, and the plantation of wealthy English and Scottish families into these new lands in Ulster began. Nestled behind me, Moneymore is an excellent example of a plantation town. It was developed over centuries and paid for by the London Livery Company of Drapers, who hoped that the town would be settled by people from the overcrowded streets of London. Every plantation town in Ulster had to have a fortified bawn to protect it from attack. But Moneymore is unique in one respect, and Nick, you're here to tell me what makes Moneymore so different.
Well, Moneymore was special because it was the first town here to have piped running water through it, which was placed by the first agent of the Drapers called John Rowley.
And you're dressed in what I presume is a typical costume from the 17th century.
Yes, that is right. I am dressed today as Sir Thomas Phillips, who was sent over to oversee developments here in Moneymore.
So he oversaw the workmen who built the town of Moneymore?
No, not quite so much. What he did was to see how developments were coming on. There was an agent already here, a first agent being John Rowley. He was replaced by Robert Russell, who was a bit of a scoundrel, really.
And the workmen were paid, I believe, in a rather unique way.
He did indeed. He's paid them in beer. You see, he'd redirected the water supply through the brewery into his own dwellings, and therefore he had a monopoly on the water supply here, and he paid, as I said, his own workers in beer.
And of course, beer and work are a heady mixture, and I believe the building work was never completed in many cases.
Only 12 completed houses here and only 16 settlers, which disappointed Sir Thomas Phillips greatly, as you can imagine.
Moneymore is indeed a unique place. Well, after that relatively inauspicious start, the castle and bawn played a major role in the rebellious times ahead. You can see Nicholas as Sir Thomas Phillips over the summer reenacting the story of the wonderful town of Moneymore. Why not come and visit and take part and walk the Heritage Trail?